Altercasting is a psychological concept, and I'll just explain a little bit about what it is. I have got a page on my website at www.chrysalispersonaldevelopment.weebly.com, and that page is explaining quite clearly what altercasting is. But the reason that I wanted to share it with you today, because understanding altercasting is quite useful in our relationships with other people, and also in various situations that we may find ourselves in. And I'll unpack that a little bit as I go along. The term altercasting actually describes a situation where someone tries to place you or another person in a particular role. And often this is done through various behaviours of theirs or through their words, the things they say to you. And the reason for that often is because that person may want to place you in a particular role in order that you fit in with their particular agenda. For instance, someone may try to place us in the role of victim in order that they may be the superior one, or they may be the one that is seen to be better than us. If an abuser places someone in the role of victim by abusing them in some way, then they have victimized that person and placed them in a role of victim. That's just one example, but there are many, many examples, and I'm sure you can think of some for yourself, where someone may try to place us, or has done in the past, in a particular role so that they can then take a particular role and they have control over the situation. They become, in a way, a puppeteer in the situation. And often altercasting is done out of our awareness. By that I mean that we may not be aware that someone is altercasting us into a particular role. Possibly not until after the event, when we've come out of the situation and we've gained perspective and we're able to see that that person manipulated us into a particular role. And what often happens in this case is that if we take on that role, actually carry the projection, and we could, if we do take on the role, if we do fit in with the plan, we could actually act out the altercasting by coming in line with the role that the other person is trying to project onto us. Sometimes when this happens to us, as I said, and we're out of awareness of what is happening, it can mean that we get led down a road that we maybe do not want to go in a relationship or a situation. But because we're going along with the role that's been projected onto us, and we really don't know what's happening, it can mean then that we are unable to actually come out of the role very easily. And this is where the knowledge and understanding of altercasting is very important. and also very interesting, because when we understand what is happening from the other person's perspective, we're more likely to be able to change the situation from our perspective. And therefore, when we understand what is happening in a situation, we have more control over our part, and we can also say no to the plan. And we can gently, if necessary, withdraw ourselves from a situation in a way that is safe, rather than going down a path that someone else is leading us into that we're not aware of, and then possibly unable to withdraw from. So I would encourage you to do more research into Altercasting and to just bear that in mind when you are going into a situation or into a relationship and you want to be well equipped. And it's just a good idea to be aware when someone may be Altercasting. In that way, we can carry on with conscious awareness and with a safety mindset. So I wish you well with that. And as usual, take care, stay safe.